Hello and welcome to New Orleans. Today we're gonna show you guys our hotel that we got just off of like the Bourbon Street French Quarter area. So let's go take a look around. Checking in, guys.
We're heading out on our next adventure.
So make sure you guys hit the like button.
Make sure to subscribe.
Because when we hit 1,000 subscribers,
we'll be jumping off the strat.
So back to the video. So here's the outside. So it's the Queen and the Crescent. So this is the Queen. And then that is the Crescent right across the street. And if you brought a car, this is the parking building that you're supposed to be able to pay. I think it's about $30, $35 a day to park in.
I thought you parked down that lot down there.
They said it was a parking garage.
Okay.
Alright, so this hotel is actually separated into two buildings, and this is the main building, and our hotel room is actually in this room. And then there is this alleyway. And this is actually, if you drive, this is where you can like unload your car and all of that, but it is very limited in terms of like how many cars can come down this alleyway. And I smell. So we are on the third floor. And again, like the hallways have like these interesting art pieces. Bourbon Street, violins. Here is the ice machine. It also dispenses water too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And this is kind of interesting. I don't think that phone works.
It's the bat phone.
But clearly this used to be a fireplace.
Yeah.
Right here. Like this used to be like a main focal point. So we'll have to do some research and know like what this building used to be. It was built in the 1800s. So kind of cool. Hello and welcome to New Orleans. Today we're gonna show you guys our hotel that we got just off of like the Bourbon Street French Quarter area. So let's go take a look around. All right guys, so first off, this room is really tiny, but I'm gonna do my best to show you every little nook and cranny that this room holds. All right, so you guys just saw me walk in, and just right off to the left is the closet. And as you can see, we've got a safe, an ironing board. Had room to like kind of hang my hang-up bag. My suitcase is hanging out in here just because there's, again, it's kind of tiny. Fun story though, they only gave us one robe, and it doesn't look like the robe has the little waist piece. So top quality here, Marriott. All right, and then coming up here, we've got this lovely, heavy sliding barn door. That is our privacy door for the bathroom. Gary tried to pull it this morning and it was really heavy. We'll do a little demonstration here in just a second. One thing to note, okay, these are supposed to be original hardwoods for this building, and it slopes up into the bathroom. So it's not super safe. It's also an extremely narrow doorway. Very, very narrow. And then coming in here, we've got the main sink. Hello. Again, not a lot of surface area. They did give us like this extra little glass shelf here for our stuff. Does look like there's a blow dryer and some extra toilet paper down here. But again, not a whole lot of room. And then panning over here to the right is our shower. It's one of those showers where the shower head is way back here, and then we've got this like glass enclosure, but it's not a full glass enclosure. So again, little tight. Here's where you turn on the shower, and then you gotta step over here to get in the shower. Very interesting design. This I feel like is a bit of a wasted space. Like, why didn't they just build the shower out to here? I don't know. Again, just feels a little wasted. We got our towel rack for all our towels, and then like we've got another shelf right above the toilet. It's one of those low flush toilets because the flushers are up here on the top. We got some random artwork. Don't know what that means, but it's interesting. And then we're gonna come back out here. Oh God, you scared me. Gary was in the closet. Here's the bedroom. So we've got a simple lamp over here on Gary's side. We've got some plugs that are in the headboard. It is a king size bed. And I'll show you guys the sheets in just a second. The wallpaper in this room is kind of interesting. And then, where did I see it last night? Oh, it's over here. And then we've got like exposed brick, which when I was doing some research on this hotel, this is supposed to be like the original brickwork. And they wanted to quote unquote bring the authentic old charm back into this hotel. So kind of interesting. Again, looking at the floors, we've got the original hardwoods, but like you can see patches where like the cement floor is coming through. Kind of interesting, and it's kind of obvious in the closet as well. They did give us a nice bucket. There's some $6 waters. They did give us actual free waters as well. We got another random piece of artwork. I have a feeling like these are like jazzy people. I'm not really sure. We've got a nice little sitting couch. It's actually not a bad seat, but again, the room's really small, so it's kind of awkward. And then as I pan over, here is our quote unquote executive desk. I don't know what screams executive about this because the chair is just like a dining room chair, like that you would get from Target, basically. It does have a mini fridge. We've got a phone. We've got a Keurig in here. And then, like I said, they did give us a bunch of waters when we checked in. So that was kind of nice. And then we're gonna complete our pan here. Some more random artwork. There's the door we walked in. And yeah, that is the 360 view of this tiny, tiny room. All right, so now we're gonna demonstrate some of the oddities of the room, as Gary's gonna demonstrate with the security lockbox.
So if you have something big, you're not going to be able to fit it in there.
Nope. Next up, we've got the heavy barn door. Da da da.
So it's pretty easy on the outside to roll it. I mean, you got this big handle. It's still a little heavy, like especially like right there. If you're on the inside.
Oh yeah, there's no handle.
There's no handle, so it just...
So you need help from an outside person.
Yeah. And if you get stuck in there, good luck trying to get that open without somebody outside.
Especially if you're wet and slippery.
Right.
Giggity.
The shower doesn't have any light in it either. So
Yeah,
there's light. There's only 2 lights there, and then there's the one recess can. So it's super dark. And I'm not sure if the grout's supposed to be black or not, but the grout's pretty black in the shower as well. And then you got like the cat's nest of wires underneath the executive desk. And we found somebody else's sock in the side table as well.
Yeah, Gary asked me this morning, he's like, is this your sock? I'm like, nope.
So it's a nice little room. I don't know how clean they keep the hotel though, so we'll definitely investigate the rest of the grounds to find that out.
This is not our extension cord, okay? This came with the hotel. And if you look kind of like back in here, like you can see where they like cut off plumbing. There's like a pipe over here.
Like underneath the desk too.
And then down under here, look at all those wires. Look at all those wires. I think this is where the mini fridge is. Oh yeah, that baby's seen some better days. Look at that, it's all scuffed up. You got this random cabinet with nothing in it. Right? And that's where Gary found the sock. So that's our room tour. Stick around because we're going to show you guys the hotel grounds and the amenities and what the inside and the outside looks like.
Yeah, one more thing too, the bed's kind of comfortable, so it's not a bad sleep, just not super clean.
Yeah, we found stains in the bed.
Yeah.
All right, so this is kind of interesting. Like there's like actually a door here that has like a key. And then here's our door. Yeah, here's our neighbor. We're very close. All right, we're gonna go down to the lobby. All right, so coming up the elevator, we have this like giant map of New Orleans, which is pretty cool. Try and get a better shot of that later. We've got some nice pretty chandelier. And then there's Gary. All right, so right off into the main lobby is the main bar and restaurant. So it's a pretty open space. And we'll probably check this out one of the other days that we're here. So this is the downstairs of the other building. It's just like a hangout space. Another one of those like big heavy barn doors. Elevator's kind of dark.
Yeah. It's a black elevator, so.
Again, with the little like telephones. Kind of cute. All right, so the fitness center is supposed to be down here. So let's go check out the fitness center.
Jesus.
A lot of heavy doors here.
Ooh, funky smell.
Ooh, yeah.
Funky. Funky.
It's time to get funky. It's also kind of dark. And it's probably because the lights are off. There we go. That's a little better. So yeah, so we got some
Pelotons.
We got some bikes.
Some Pelotons.
We got some treadmills. We got some ellipticals.
They're at least newer than
Our gym.
complexes, man.
Yeah. And we got some free weights. I have to say, we've seen tinier gyms, and this actually isn't too bad. It's not,
agree, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's too bad.
The
Still-
smell is a little off, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
this-
a weird rubbery type of smell.
Yeah. It looks like they just rubberized the floor, too, recently. This, folks, is what you would classify as state-of-the-art fitness equipment. Not like our apartment complex. So yeah, so that's the gym. And it's located on the second floor in the other tower. So we go again with the fantastic artwork. And down here, I actually saw they had some Mardi Gras masks. How cool is that?
Everything is upside down. Don't know what's going on. I see you pass me by, and you don't walk alone. Yeah, yeah.
right, everybody, that concludes our trip to the Queen and Crescent Hotel in New Orleans. As you can see, we're not there any longer. Unlike other YouTubers, we like to give a little bit of space between the time just so we can fully reflect on the experience. So we're not just giving you a one-day stay, we're giving you the entire experience and sort of our overall thoughts about it. So what did you think about the hotel?
So I will say the check-in process was relatively easy. We didn't get in till like really, really late at night, and I called the hotel ahead of time to just let them know we wouldn't be there till about 12:30, 1 a.m. and they said that was fine. So they definitely marked us down so that way they didn't, one, cancel our reservation. But two, when we got there, it was really easy. She gave us our key and we headed up to our room.
Gave us our keys, 2 bottles of water, and then we headed up. Super easy experience. Again, like Nacy says, if you're going to be late, make sure to call the head of the hotel. It can't hurt to give them a little bit more information.
The only downside I will say to our room specifically was that it was not cleaned.
Yeah, the sheets were dirty. The bathroom wasn't clean. The grout in the bathtub is definitely blackening. There's definitely some
We found somebody
cleanliness
else's
issues.
socks in the room.
We did. The floors were super sticky. The wood floors, like it's literally like sticking kind of like on candy. Like your feet would just like every time you stood up. Not super impressed with the cleanliness. The room is small, but our friends stayed at the Ritz-Carlton, and their room was about the same size if you take out the bathrooms. The bathroom was definitely like a cruise ship bathroom and really tiny. But the room itself was about the same size, but they really are small, and they're not really meant for you to spend time in them.
Yeah, so that part was kind of interesting. The bed was actually really comfortable. We definitely, once we got to sleep, we stayed asleep until it got kind of a little too warm in the room, which did happen every night between like 3 and 5 a.m. The temperature in the room would just get really muggy, almost steamy. So I had to like always throw the covers off until I cooled down again. That definitely was a little bit of a for me because I like a nice cold room, but it stayed cold during the day and majority of the night. So
in great location. It was located kind of by everything. It wasn't that long of a walk to get to French Quarter. It was only probably about a 10-15 minute walk to get to like the World War II Museum, which is the museum district of New Orleans. So it was definitely well located. And if you were going to like the Superdome for like a football game or something like that, again, probably about a 10-minute walk if you wanted to walk there. So really kind of centrally located in the middle of everything, but far enough away. So it wasn't too bad at night, other than the trash trucks that ran every night. And during a certain time, you'd hear trash trucks nonstop. Beyond them, you'd hear the occasional like people yelling in the street, but it wasn't as bad as like being right down in the French Quarter or Bourbon Street for sure.
agreed. And one of the perks of the hotel was that it had a bar and a restaurant in it, because I figured in the worst case scenario we didn't feel like going out somewhere, we could always grab some food or drink in the bar, which we did. And I believe we touch on that in this video.
We do.
The food was actually not bad. It was actually pretty good. And the drinks were pretty tasty as well. I have to say that it was very easy to like charge it to the room. No issues at all with that.
It also had a nice little like hangout area across in the Crescent too, because we were on the Queen side. So in the Crescent, they also had this like cool little space. It had a shuffleboard table. It had a couple couches, some nice TVs to sit down and watch TV. Honestly, if you wanted to watch TV, that would be the better option than doing it in your room, unless you wanted to lay in your bed, because there's really nowhere to sit in your room. It had a really nice gym with some nice modern equipment that you saw in the video. So those pieces were definitely there. There is no pool, so just know that ahead of time.
That was a bit of a downside, no pool.
And note that in some of the older pictures, there's ceiling fans in the rooms. They no longer have them. They're more like bougie with these stupid lights that don't do anything. So they have changed from having ceiling fans, which I really do prefer, to what they have now, which are just some lights in the room.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Overall, though, like our checkout process was pretty easy. I just finalized the room charges and they printed out my receipt. I didn't have any issues with like any double charges or anything like that.
Yeah, overall, it's a recommendation, I think, for us. For sure, it was a nice hotel. Not super expensive. Again, if you spend more time in your room than we do on trips, though, note that this may not be the right hotel for you because it is a little on the small side. And if you're not comfortable with your significant other, you know, like going to the bathroom around you, that might also be an issue because
very tight.
there is no closing that bathroom off from the main room. So
it's heavy duty door.
so those are the two big pieces. As long as you're comfortable with those pieces, I think this hotel is definitely a recommend from us.
Agreed. And if you guys have ever stayed at that hotel, or if you have another hotel that you guys recommend in New Orleans, definitely let us know because we'll be going back in the future, and we like to know like what you guys recommend and what you guys want to see.
Yeah, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel when you want to see some more of that New Orleans content that we're going to be doing in the next few days, and ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do upload those new videos.
And if you guys want a more in-depth breakdown of our trip to New Orleans, make sure you guys check out our Patreon, where we do a full debrief of our entire trip to New Orleans.
Yeah, check out our April podcast of Awkward Chats on our Patreon.
So that's going to do it for this, I think.
Yeah, so we will see you all on the next one.
And we will see you in the next adventure.
Yeah, come get lost with us again, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Say